Signs of a bad DM.
Me. Should just be a picture of me here.
Natural 1s and 20s mean that something extreme must happen.
Depends on the start. You know, the problem is, I don't mind if it doesn't need to be extreme, but I don't mind if, like, the best possible outcome happens. I just feel like anytime it's a nat 1 or a nat 20 and we're doing, like, a story time, or someone's telling a story or whatever, I just feel like...
It's Reddit tier shit.
It is Reddit tier, and I just don't like
Everyone
it.
stood up and fucking clapped.
Yeah, it's kind of cringe. But, I mean, the nat 1s and the nat 20, I feel like it's just a meme that got blown way out of proportion.
Yeah. Being passive-aggressive / non-confrontational towards a problem player instead of talking to them / kicking them out.
I feel like that is the core function of our entire channel when it comes to bullshit players. I feel like sometimes...
Either stand up and walk the fuck out.
I feel like
Or you're running the game, boy. You're running the game. Just say to them, look, see you, get it.
Or just sort yourself out. I feel like the non-confrontational side of people, I think this is honestly the key to almost...
But yet again, we wouldn't have these stories, so please continue.
yeah, exactly. Look, then again, I'm sure a lot of people have done this and they've realised, and, it's behavioural changes, so, everyone's got that learning curve.
Defeating the PCs every chance they can get in the form of having every plan fail in some convoluted way, or having the NPCs regularly antagonise / belittle the PCs.
No one likes the annoying NPC.
No.
I think you can't have NPCs that are liked and well loved.
Yeah.
I just feel like that trope of every NPC is nasty to the players. However, let's be serious, a lot of players are nasty to NPCs.
Yeah.
So this is a two-way street, I suppose.
In-game favoritism, where 1 or 2 characters get personalised magic items and background quests, while the others get treated like extras.
I feel like that
yet again, I do see why DMs do this, because a lot of the time there may be one or two players who are really into it, really good at role playing, or just have taken on that lead role but not being that guy.
Yeah.
And the other players are just taking a back seat. So what are you going to do?
Sometimes
and there's only so much you can try and coax them into getting into the game.
Like, are you going to, as a DM, are you going to spend the time dicking about with people's backstories if they haven't even really wrote a backstory?
Exactly.
Where if someone has went ahead and wrote a backstory and they sat down and talked to you before the campaign started, it's like, right, what's the setting about? Where can this character fit? Where am I going with that? I understand that.
I can get it. I can also see where it can be a dick move.
Well, first of all, how to fix this is don't be a simp. And it doesn't have to be a girl to be a simp.
PSA, don't be a simp.
Just don't be a simp, and that's, there you go, you're fixed.
The rules the players make mean nothing.
I'm not even going to bother getting into that. That's just bullshit.
On the player side, just because I feel bitchy. Making contrarian concept characters that clash with the theme and tone of the game. Gunslingers, rockstar bards, and a medieval campaign.
I've done that.
Yeah, but look, you're unapologetically you. That's
I showed up playing Big Fat Baz, the
North FC
meme personified, and my goal was to own a football bar
and conquer all the chippies.
Conquer all the chippies, and to have plasma screen TVs that would live stream Sky Bets in all day, every day. And this was a generic fantasy setting, and you could just see
Lad Bible just plays in the background.
Yeah.
Constantly calling in last minute, making people waste gas money. Using your PC as a soapbox for your political bullshit when people just want to kill monsters and make fat stacks.
Right, I'm going to put it out here just before anyone's like, oh, the only people that do that are X, Y, and Z.
Absolutely not.
I've came across it on both sides of the spectrum, because I get this from people being like, oh,
I don't care who's going to say what, but it's mostly from the left.
Yeah.
Who are putting...
But you do get it from...
You do get it.
Like, you do get it as well.
Yeah, but mostly from the left.
It does feel very shoehorned in.
Yes.
A lot of the time.
Next post.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Barring players from starting a new character if they die. Effectively kicking them from the campaign.
That is just a way of kicking someone from the campaign. It feels like, I feel like you shouldn't have to kill someone.
What was the player doing though?
But I feel like if you need to kick someone from a game, you sit down and you say to them, you give them a bit of a chance.
Yeah.
And if they show up for 2 more sessions and they keep getting on like dickheads, then it's like, no.
Rocks falling head,
Rocks
you're dead.
falling head, out.
Not gauging the player's expectations / not having a session 0 to make sure everyone's on board.
Session 0 is underestimated, I feel like.
Cannot balance chaotic evils, which is harder as a learning DM, but you have to get a grasp at it at some point.
100%. I feel like
a lot of DMs don't know how to deal with like the evil aspect.
I see it on TG. I don't see it as much, but okay, you guys are gonna laugh at me. I am a massive boomer. All right, the only places where I actually look at any D&D content is, I'm not even joking, 4chan and Facebook, right?
Yes.
And I do see it an awful lot, but that's only because I'm in so many different D&D groups.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of the times like, no, I'm not having evil players, no matter what. I won't do it. I feel like it's just working around that, and it's like, it's not easy. I get it. I get for a lot of DMs not being comfortable with it, but it is something to master at some point.
Or only knows how to generate tensions by chaotic evils. No options of diplomacy / avoiding chaotic evil. Protagonist DM player characters.
I'm not even going to talk about that.
Weeb influences, like naming locations and characters weirdly Japanese names, and just overall anime vibes. Christ.
You know, this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while now, and I'm thinking about doing a video talking about Tolkien and his influences. Because I do feel like he is the defining trait of all modern fantasy. It all leads back to him. And I feel like, you know, the thing is, he used influences.
4-hour-long video speaking about Tolkien.
It will happen at some stage.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I really do want to do it. But a lot of people think that, because you want to, you want to take from this and use it, does not mean it's automatically bad. I do believe you could, like, you know, look, I'm not one to say, like, I do like to, look, we do like to meme.
We all like to shit on weebs.
We enjoy dabbing on weebs.
We all like dabbing on weebs here.
But I'm not completely, like, all anime is completely trash. It's not all bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got the same thing with Tieflings. The player base is bad.
It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But it's not all bad, and it can be done good.
But what I want to get at is, I want to get at that you can have influences and be okay with them, and it's not just a knockoff or a rip-off. Like, just because Tolkien decided, I'm going to use a lot of Anglo-Saxon folklore and, like, you know, mix stuff in with, like, Christian vibes and stuff, does not mean bad.
Yeah, but we're not saying that if you're doing a weeb-influenced game setting that you have to be as good as Tolkien to be able to make
no, far from it.
No.
But what I'm saying is,
there is a way around it where it's not.
I do believe, you know, you can take influences from other places, and I don't buy into all anime is completely trash, and anyone that takes any influence from anime is equally shit tier.
Yeah.
Most of the time it is, though. Let's be serious. It is. A lot of the time it is.
90% of the time.
But not all the time. And I don't like this idea of, you have to be completely unique in everything you come up with. I think taking vibes and feels, like, look at Quentin Tarantino.
Just pass the vibe check.
Yeah. Pass the vibe check, yeah.
Just pass the vibe.
Like, I'll be quick here because a lot of people know this one. Like, you know, Quentin Tarantino. All of his movies are pretty much knockoffs.
Oh yeah,
but he's amazing at copying things.
Yeah,
he's amazing at taking elements and ideas from other
forms of media.
Yeah, other forms of media, and being able to combine it and actually making something cool.
Yeah.
So let's just keep going. Sorry about that tangent.
Unironically, 0 dungeons and too much dragons. I've never came into contact with that.
I've only ever fought 2 dragons.
I think I fought 1.
Yeah, I think there's only 1 for you.
My realism, hardcore medieval fantasy.
Yeah, I've met that player.
Punishes if not done their way exactly. Yeah. ERPer. Yes, that should be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Reapy dungeon master / incel. Top of the list again.
Yeah, I get it. Like, you know, I don't know, do you really need to try to...
First of all, if you're ever interested in, like, ERP or doing rapey shit in games, you know what to do. Have a wank before you go to the game and reconsider your options, because you're probably just horny. You don't want to play it.
Horny gets the bonk, alright? Yeah. I've actually... Okay, guys, I'll tell you about a one-shot that I'm working on. and
this is scary.
I thought, you know what?
Hi, this is linked in with.
This is hyper cursed. So it is, because like, I thought, if I'm going to make one shots, I want to try and do something either a wee bit different, make them hyper cursed, make them hyper shitposty, or make them hyper wholesome. This is hyper cursed, like this is beyond cursed. So essentially, it's a Minotaur labyrinth, but instead of a Minotaur, it's a Coomer, and he chases everyone about and goes, "I'm gonna coom!" And he just chases people about. Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a water puzzle, but it's not going to be a water puzzle. It's going to be cum, and yeah, you're going to look. If you ever want to drown your players in cum, you come check us out.
Come check out the Neckbeardia.co.uk website.
It's coming in the future, I'm just saying. I thought I may as well, you know what, just completely over the top shitpost. But yeah, let's just keep going, will we?
Hey guys, do you like models in your tabletop role-playing games? 'Cause we do too. Do you like having big bitty waifus on your table? 'Cause we do too. We got human biddies, we got lizard biddies, we got orc biddies, oni biddies, cat bussies. We've got everything you want at neckbeardia.co.uk.
Check the links down below, it helps us out a lot.
Sorry for interrupting the video, let's get on with the story. Described setting as dark. Players show up, complain that they can't see their sheets and dice, etc. Well, I fucking told you so.
Well, look, he did give the warning. Honestly, I don't mind. Like, you know, everyone, like, you guys know I'm a bit of an edgy word, you know what I mean? And I personally don't mind grim or dystopian settings. I think it's fine
if they're done well.
That's the core point. I just feel like,
because whenever you hear about grim and dark settings, you just think pure edge.
Yeah, and a lot of the time,
like, it's yes, they are meant to be edgy.
Are you going to make 40k or The Dark Knight, or are you going to end up making fucking
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, well, no, not Suicide Squad. Something even worse than that. I would like to imagine fucking Cold Steel, the Hedgehog. Because, like, let's be serious, that's the possibility. Are you going to create a masterpiece, or are you going to create
Batman v Superman?
Actually, we'll tell the story about me and you going to see Batman v Superman.
Well, first of all, I walked out of the place demanding my money back.
It was
during the trailers. We were sitting watching the trailers for the movie, and it came up going.
It was like the heavy metal band of the century.
Yeah, the best rock band ever coming near you. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Who is
this? And they're playing like proper heavy guitars in the background. And next minute it just comes out Nickelback. And now full cinema, full movie theatre, me bursts out laughing. The place goes silent and I'm in hysterics. James is beside me going, Megan, please. Like, Nickelback.
Also, who the fuck likes Nickelback? Look at this photograph!
People who play ERP.
Yeah.
Survival is boring as fuck, and basically just amounts to roll a couple of skill checks well or suffer an arbitrary level of exhaustion for a day. Yeah.
Like, you know, I think this is a core fundamental problem of especially 5th edition. I feel like, now, I want to talk about this, because eventually we'll all talk about, I want to make a Ranger shit tier guide to Rangers. And this is the core fundamental problem of Rangers. Their niche in most role-playing games is boring, and a lot of DMs just skip it all together. Yeah. What they're meant to be is guides, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, you know, okay, who's going to help us get through this forest?
Hey, what are they called?
What?
We want to help you up the mountain. Sherpas.
Yeah, I suppose just getting NPCs. Yeah, just honestly, and I feel like this is the biggest problem with Rangers. They have this niche, and it's not there. And also, let me just go out and say it there: Rangers today are not the Rangers of 1st edition. They have too much magic. Mm-hmm. They're just essentially martial druids, but they're nowhere near as good. Can we please just honestly, either give them a defined goal, or just do away with them, scrap them, and take all the abilities that they had and just cut it down the middle, and one pile goes to druid and the other pile goes to fighter, and we'll call it a day. Can we just do that? I don't know. How would you guys make survival interesting? Because that is a big one for me, and I feel like it's not something that I...
Well, you could have, like... Because you could have like a survivalist based game, kind of like, what was that game that we played? It was like 7 Days to Die or something.
Oh yeah, no, that was. Oh god, that's like the worst example.
I know, but it is a shit game. But you could have something based like that, to where you have to survive, you have to get your items.
Yeah, well, if you want
before hordes come.
Do you want to go hardcore?
Or something like Valheim, if you played it, where you have to have like build your base, but there's certain like crypts to go to and this and that to go to be able to get different items to be able to.
But again, I don't know if that works for either rangers or fixing.
No, I'm on about just in survival game in general.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Like honestly, fuck that shit. Next post.
DM describes having enemies as having HP meters. DM
video games.
DM talks about critical hits in the second perspective. DM makes us make our characters in Hero Forge so he can play them in auto chess to speed up combat.
Wait, so what? Wait, so what? Are they using like Tabletop Simulator or something?
I don't know. DM walks out of the room to get a beer and returns without a left arm.
Wait, what? What? Wait, okay, come on. This is a shit post. Let's keep going. Let's see where this is going to take us.
What? DM constantly talks about how the female sorceress's clothing takes realistic battle damage. If there isn't a female sorceress, he talks about it anyway.
Yeah, and then you know what was the video we did a while back where your woman and their titties fell out of her jacket?
Oh yeah.
This is the same guy.
DM rolls advantage before striking another player in the face. DM once bought us all a copy of the player's handbook and told us to get educated and learn how to have fun.
Honestly, I feel like
base, not gonna lie.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like this DM definitely works in the base department.
DM tries to leave the store with a candy bar in his pocket, but when he gets caught, proceeds to sell Fallout 4. DM specifically refers to himself as GM. DM asks us to wait patiently while he finishes setting up, then busts a nut in the camera.
I want to know what this has become.
DM defends furries online and at the table with a meat tenderizer. DM smoked a bowl of pot before starting up the game, didn't realise we were in his house at the table, then told us to hold up because he just got into a round of Fortnite. DM watches Rick and Morty obsessively, to the point where he says watching strangers is more entertaining than the show that they're based off. DM repents his sins to Kalama and rips out the hearts of his enemies.
Was this
shit post?
No, was this post made with like an auto generator, like a random word generator? Yes. It feels like there was a mixture of words. Like, oh yeah, and then this. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say yep. Wholeheartedly agree with this post. It sums up my thoughts completely, 100% accurately. There's nothing else really we could top with that.
So we just have to wrap up the video there,
guys?
Yeah,
I feel like this is where we're just going to have to wrap up. We don't have any choice.
No.
So Megan, what is your like defining trait? Something that, you know, if you see this, you know you're in for just a shit time.
Either it's got to be a graphic tee for me. It's got to be it.
What type of okay, are we going to talk like a boomer one?
No, like a Grim Reaper graphic tee. I'll walk in. You know that gif of Abe Simpson walking into the strip bar, walking straight back out? That's me.
I don't know. I appreciate boomers for what they are, you know?
Yeah, but we all know what this leads to.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Alright, what would my one be? I feel like, for me, a lot of these things can be fixed. A lot of these ones, you know, you can...
Except for losing the left arm. I don't know how you can fix that, but like...
Yeah. They're like Kogubo arms. Transhumanism, am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Wait, he doesn't want jetpack legs? I don't know. I think for me, honestly, I do think the worst one is just DMs not being able to angle people.
Yeah.
I feel like that is almost one of the... But that's also a problem with the players.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't need to angle your players, then you've already got a good grip and this isn't an issue.
Or you're playing for like... You're in like the third session.
Yeah.
And halfway through the third session, things start to get oddly sexual.
Like what type of sexual are we talking?
Oh, we know, we've read enough of the fucking stories.
I think you're going to need to explain this now.
Like, we all go to the tavern after a fucking dungeon crawl, whatever the fuck it is, and we're all sitting in the tavern and we're all having a wee drink, and then next minute the DM's like, oh, and this man walks up, or this girl walks up and her titty falls out on the table, and it's like,
oh no. and then you go to one, so that means you had sex. Sorry man.
And then, it's just going to progress each session from here. It's like, no, I'm out. See you, bye.
I don't know. I feel like, the problem is, I feel like a lot of this time, if it's someone that you know, I feel like, are they just going for a shit post? And, it depends on the vibe. It really does.
You just need to have a good vibe check.
Yeah. Sometimes people just need vibe checked on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been vibe checked in my life. I think that's what that's how I end up just fucked up.
But yeah, as always, check out the links to everything down below, to the models, t-shirts, subclasses, all that good shit.
Here, like maybe in the future, if you're interested, do you wanna see my labyrinth of cum?
Absolutely not.
Like, all I'm saying is, I think someone's going to be interested in driving the players and come. I kind of like the idea of he takes away the players one by one and he puts them into jars. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, the DM would need to lift the players' miniatures and put them in a jar. Of course.
Oh.
And they would have to stay in that jar, so they would.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you what you should do with the jars.
But look into your
this video's turned fucking cursed.
Exactly.
I don't know what.
Subscribe.
Yeah, just hit subscribe. Don't
hit the notification bell.
I don't know what we've got ourselves into at this point.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye.